Hi, I'm Dennis Richardson, and today's update is on developing a plan for a better Oregon. We all know that running a business takes a good business plan. So does running a household. It takes careful planning in finances, transportation, and scheduling. My wife Kathy and I have a large family, and over the 40 years that we've been married, we've learned that when we don't carefully plan for our home, it would be in chaos. When I was a helicopter pilot in Vietnam, I wouldn't have considered beginning a mission without first preparing a flight plan. Planning was how pilots survived. In fact, all facets of our busy lives today seem to require that we have a plan. They run better when we do. I've always been a planner and a guy with a sense of purpose and dedication, and so when I was elected to the legislature 10 years ago, I assumed that a great state like Oregon would have a clear plan, a carefully considered strategic plan. It should. But sadly, it doesn't. Look what has happened to Oregon just in the past decade. Because we haven't had a clear plan and we have a jobless rate that has been worse than the national average for more than 10 years. 1/3 of our students fail to graduate from high school. And those that do graduate are often ill-prepared for higher education or for the workforce. Oregon has unlimited potential in natural and human resources, yet we lock up our forests and crush small business initiative and entrepreneurial innovation. Most sadly, Oregonians have bought into this false notion that a good education is defined by how much money we spend, not by how prepared our students are to compete in the 21st century global economy. My dad said he got his education from the School of Hard Knocks. He was a hard-working contractor, and I remember him saying, if you find yourself digging a hole in the wrong place, stop digging. Now, it seems like Oregon has been digging itself deeper and deeper in the wrong place, and it's time to stop digging. And we're all in this together, equally, and we need to plan. We need a plan where success is measured by results, not good intentions. With new leadership, we can work together and we can have renewed vigor. Just imagine what Oregon could look like by the end of this decade. Imagine Oregon with a robust economy and a place where jobs are plentiful because it has a national reputation for its business opportunities and economic vitality. Imagine Oregon with world-class schools, equal educational opportunities for all students, and scores in reading and math and science that lead the nation, and why not the world? And imagine an Oregon with a natural resource policy that's reasonable, rational, and respectful of our quality of life and the environment. It is possible. In fact, realizing these goals is imperative for the future of our children and grandchildren. Now, I've watched over the years as partisan politics increase the cost of education without increasing our student achievement. I've watched as the coalition of the status quo has kept us from fixing the PERS crisis and continues to senselessly drain hundreds of millions of dollars from our schools, state, and local government programs through these PERS benefits that are not constitutional. We must honor the constitutional provisions of the PERS contract, but the others we need to adjust so that we can adequately fund our schools and our state and local government. Now, I was a rural, small-town lawyer for 30 years, and sometimes in disgust as Oregon's small businesses were hampered by bureaucratic regulation, I would notice how frustrating it was and how bad our business owners felt about not being able to expand and do the things they wanted to do because of overregulation. I've watched as public unions have expanded their power and control over our political institutions, and as corporate cronyism spent millions of tax dollars on favored business ventures that failed, leaving the taxpayers with nothing but an empty promise. We need a level playing field where all of Oregon businesses are able to plan and grow, knowing that their future taxes will be moderate and predictable. Fairness and a friendly government attitude will improve our economic vitality and invite job-creating business investment and expansion. To make this happen requires an attitude adjustment in state government. Apathy and arrogance will be replaced by customer-centered service. Red tape, excuses, delays will be replaced by state workers empowered to find solutions and serve our citizens at the speed of now. Now, I've been an Oregonian for nearly 35 years, and I've seen, as you have, our farms, forests, and fisheries decline, and have seen as our fuel and food costs have skyrocketed. In short, it's time for a change that we really can believe in. It's time for a plan to rationally and efficiently create jobs in our cities, our forests, farms, fisheries, and fuel production industries. Join me, and we can develop together a fair and comprehensive strategic plan for Oregon. Let's work together. Let's develop and implement our plan for a better Oregon. I'm Dennis Richardson. Thank you for caring enough to listen.